Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's Tech Tuesday webinar presentation on the EPM Live Kanban Planner. Before we get started, we do have a few logistics to cover. Everyone will be muted for the duration of today's presentation, but should you have any questions, I will be monitoring the chat module, so feel free to chat with me there if you have any questions. Also, today's webinar presentation is being recorded and will be distributed later today, or excuse me, rather I should say within the next 24 hours along with the PDU information. Okay, so we are recording it and we will distribute within the next 24 hours with the PDU, just to repeat. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Marianne Uribe, EPM Live Senior Technical Trainer.
Thank you, Morgan. Thanks for the introduction there. Welcome, everyone, to Technical Tuesday. Today's focus is on the Kanban Board Planner, and my name's Marianne, and I'm happy to be here with you today. So the topics that we'll cover today on the Kanban Board Planner, we'll talk about the benefits and use cases. There are many of those, and we'll talk about the configuration and use. The first part of this Technical Tuesday is really geared towards administrators only. That is, I'll be showing you how a site collection administrator configures a Kanban board planner. Once the Kanban board has been set up, controlling and visually monitoring items like tasks or backlogs or issues or projects and more are easily done inside the Kanban board planner. And this is done by using the drag and drop functionality to move tiles through workflow stages. Typically, a Kanban board is used as a statusing tool for items such as sprints or backlogs, but EPM Live offers flexibility as it allows you to tailor the Kanban board planner to fit whatever your business needs may be. The word Kanban roughly translates to a card that you can see and touch and move around. In EPM Live, the Kanban board is used to control and visually monitor processes in small steps, which helps to identify problems and maintain continuous improvement. The Kanban board planner allows you to visually add, view, track, and update the status of items quickly and easily in one location. Within the Kanban board planner, you can quickly drag and drop Kanban cards through workflow stages. For example, you can physically move items through the columns from one column saying not started to in progress, completed, waiting on someone, or deferred. Or perhaps you might want to do it by priority and have columns appear such as low, medium, or high. Another example could be to map the project lifecycle stages and display the columns as create, select, plan, manage, and close. There is a lot of flexibility with this statusing tool, and there are many use cases. Please note that this feature was not available previous to 5.6, so it's a new feature. A Kanban board planner can be used for any two lists. The key is the two lists must have a relationship. One example for creating and adding a Kanban board could be a portfolio Kanban board, and this could be added as the portfolio items have projects associated to them, and with the Kanban board, you could quickly status projects, view the priority of projects, or move them from one lifecycle stage to another, as I mentioned earlier. This all depends on how your site collection administrator has configured the Kanban board planner. A second example could be to add a backlog Kanban board to quickly status backlog items or sprints. And another example might be, which I'll demonstrate today, is to use the Kanban board with issues. With this, we can view a project's issues, add issues, and quickly status the issues inside the Kanban board planner. Again, lots of different use cases. And there are many different ways to configure and use the Kanban board planner. EPM Live offers flexibility for you to add one or more multiple boards, which can be configured specific to your business needs. The key here is to remember that there's a relationship that's needed between two lists. So let's review what I've covered so far. A Kanban board planner is added only by your site collection administrator, and it involves two lists. There are many use cases, and this feature was not available previous to 5.6. Notice here in this slide the issue status Kanban board, noted here. The source list is the project center. and it's pulling from the issues list. Next, I will demonstrate how once a Kanban board is added, it's easily accessed via the Edit Plan options, and you can get to that via the ellipsis menu or the ribbon. So let's take a closer look at this. I'm going to jump to a site that I have open here. Here I'm in Jumpstart 56 in the Project Center, and I'm logged in as myself. First, I want to show you how I added this Kanban planner board. So as a site collection administrator, I'm able to do this. So I'm going to go to my gear settings on the icon bar to the far left. I'm going to click on the gear settings, and under my planner settings, within the planner link, if I click on the planner's link, here I can view those planners that have been added. Now out of the box you have your project planner and your Microsoft project. When I added the software dev app, the Project Agile Planner was also installed. Here for the Issues Kanban board, this is where I added this Kanban board within this list. I used the Add New Planner link right here, and I went through the motion. So let's take a look at this Issues Kanban Planner board. I'm going to click the drop down and use Edit Planner. You can see the source list was there as well as it was pushing the issues. So I gave it a name, Issues Kanban board. I added a description here for it. Notice here the planners available. It had, by default, was the online planner was checked, so I removed that and I added the Kanban board down here, checked to that box. Notice here the source list is the Project Center. I chose that. The task list is the issues. Again, you have multiple options for the source list as well as the task list. So I chose the issues. The lookup field is the project. The status columns by status is what I chose, but you could choose priority. And the filter column, I chose to go by priority, but you could also choose project assigned to owner status and related issues as well. Here is the column, so I left not started to the far left, and then I added in progress, completed, deferred, and waiting on someone else to the far right here, and I could change the orders of that. And then lastly down here, additional columns. This is what I chose to display in each tile that you can view once they're in the Kanban board. So within the swim lanes or columns you can see each tile and some information, so you can pick and choose what you'd like to put in those tiles. I haven't made any changes. I could either save settings or cancel, either way. So now I'm going to actually show you how to use this. So I added it as a site collection administrator. And again, only site collection administrators can add these. Up at the top of the site collection, I'm going to navigate to the Project Center using my navigation button and use the menu to navigate down to my Projects Center using the Projects link. So now I'm in the Project Center here, and I'm going to select one of my projects that I have in here. I'm going to choose to edit the plan here. So I'm going to select this project. I'm going to use the ellipsis menu to choose Edit Plan. And this is how I'm going to launch the Kanban board planner. You'll notice here once this launches, I have a couple of options. Microsoft Project is one option to use as a scheduling tool, same with Project Planner. The Project Agile Planner was added when I added the software dev app, as you can see back here. So that's another option if I wanted to do some non-waterfall scheduling using Agile methodology. The Issues Kanban board is what I added when I went into the planner settings. So I'm going to click on Issues Kanban board, and it's going to launch my Kanban board planner. So here, notice I'm using the Issue Kanban board here. That's what I named it. Here are the titles of each one of these, which are not started. And then we go to In Progress, which are the different columns, completed, deferred, or waiting on someone else. So here, you can add new issues right from here. You can view information. So here's my spinning on Save Issue. If I wanted to view or edit it, let's go ahead and view it. So here I'm viewing the fancy form of this issue, and I can do other things while I'm here, like edit or add a comment, make it a favorite, and more. But notice I want to point out here the status says not started. This link for zip phone is the project, so that's the lookup field to the project, and we have our not started. Now I'm going to close this real quickly. Now in the Kanban board planner, this is where we can quickly status items. So let's say I've got spinning on Save Issue. I'm in a team meeting with my team and I'm asking individuals how are we doing on these issues. we can quickly status these items by dragging and dropping them into the columns to the right. So here I just drop spinning on Save Issue into this progress. I just want to view that to show you that it updates it automatically. So now that it's in progress, notice now it's already under the status noted as in progress. Okay, I'll close that. So again, this is used to quickly status items and view them or add them while you're within one view. So I can quickly note things as completed, in progress, whether they're deferred or waiting on someone else, right within the Kanban board. So that's one that I used. Notice too, within my priority, I can filter. Maybe I just want to look at those that are high. I can remove these checks and apply and just filter out those items that are high priority. So here I can look at just those and then dig into them, either editing them, deleting, editing plan, or adding comments right from the ellipsis menu. So that's my Issues Kanban board. I'm going to jump to another site to show you another Kanban board that I added. And you can have multiple Kanban boards within the same site. I've got this one set up for you already in this Jumpstart 2014 site. I'm going to go ahead to my planners through gear settings to point out what I've added. I could have added in the other one, but I want to point out that this is a different task Kanban board. Now this would be, notice it's pulling the source list is the project center still, and it's pulling from the task center versus the other one was pulling from the issues. Let's go ahead and edit that item just to view what I did with this one. Okay, now we're in the general settings. You can see that I've given it a title called Task Kanban Board, as well as description. I've chosen the Kanban board as my planner availability. The source list is the project center. I'm pulling it from the task center, and again, you have those multiple options, lots of different flexibility here. So you could pull, you could have the portfolio items pull projects in and whatnot. My lookup field is the project. Kanban board settings, we've got our status. I chose, again, we could choose priority. This time for the filter, I chose Assign To. But you do have the option for project, status, priority, and related issue. Under our status, notice here I've put the to the right, in progress, completed, deferred, or waiting on someone else. And down here I chose to display this time the Assign To and work. So work would be the hours. Let's go ahead and save this. And again, I'm going to jump to my project center using the navigation menu. I'm going to navigate to projects. I created a schedule for this project in Microsoft Project, so I could use Microsoft Project to continue, which I've got over here. You can see I created it in here, and then I published, and then all of that information rolled back throughout EPM Live using the project publisher. So here I've got this project MSP, PM200. I'm going to go ahead and launch the edit plan. I created the task schedule in Microsoft Project. So at first I went in through here and created the task schedule. But now maybe I want to look at the task Kanban board to status those items quickly. So perhaps we're in a meeting. I've got all my team members in here. And I want to quickly update all of these tasks. Remember, each individual, we offer the flexibility for them to update those items in my work or throughout the system as well. Add comments and whatnot. But here, this is one central location with all of these tasks as well as milestones displayed here. In progress, completed, deferred, or waiting on someone else. Notice the work, 16, these hours are the work that I added, and as well as who was it assigned to. Again, you can dig into these and view them, edit them, look at permissions, delete, edit the plan, and add a comment. You can move them around. So here I could say maybe my review HR plans. If I'm in a meeting, I say, well, how are you on this? And we can move them around. Or perhaps put them in deferred. So I'm quickly updating these items, the status. So notice here this review budget. If I view this one, this has not started. So if I click this item, we can look at all the detail, who created it, who last modified it within our groups here. percentage complete is 0. The fancy form is broken into groups with our quick details, our narrative details, anything that has multiple lines in it, and our people picker fields too, as well as dates. So this one has not started. So if I quickly drag it, maybe I want to put it into completed, it's going to quickly update that item. Now if I view that item using the ellipsis menu, I could also edit it via the edit, but I'm going to view the item. Once I view that item, remember, here notice it says completed within the fancy form. So I quickly updated the item to completed. I could make it a favorite as well, edit it from here, add a comment, or even edit the plan. If I chose to edit the plan, of course I would be launching Microsoft Project. I already have it open. So if I were to go back to Microsoft Project, because I am the project manager of this schedule, first off I would get a notification in the upper right hand corner telling me that I have updates waiting to be processed because my team as a whole is making updates within this perhaps meeting here. Individually, if they made updates in my work, I would get updates as well telling me I have updates waiting to be processed. But as a team, if we go through and make updates to all of these tasks that are listed here, then as a project manager, when I'm ready to update my schedule and pull those changes in, notice here, nothing's been changed. I could add a % complete column within Microsoft Project. And I want to make sure that you're all seeing what I'm seeing as far as catching up. So I just added, I'm in Microsoft Project for this, and I added the column, and of course I would launch Microsoft Project the same way I did as the planner. You simply use the ellipsis menu and choose Edit Plan. And then under my Publisher tab, I would use, notice Publish was the button that got all that information back to EPM Live under our Publisher tab. But now that we've made up all those updates, I'd want to pull them into the schedule. So I'd have to use Update Progress, and that will pull any changes that we made back in EPM Live into Microsoft Project. So here I can accept or reject them as a project manager by either accepting all of them or rejecting them, as well as you can also double click and see the new values versus the old values for those items that have been updated. Once I'm good with it, I accept or reject, and then click OK. At this point, it'll ask me if I want to save my project. I could say yes or no, and if I didn't say no, I can continue to make more updates in my schedule, and then I'd publish one last chance to push everything back throughout EPM Live. So any changes that I've made here, if I were to push them back to 0, they'd go back to not started. So if this was 50% and I change this back, I'm in control of this schedule, and I could push it back to 100%. But I'd have to publish one last time to go through the motions of pushing whatever changes I made back to EPM Live. And these changes would show up in my work, in the Task Center, and in the Kanban board planner. Once this publishes through, we'll close Microsoft Project. I'm going to jump back to EPM Live. We're back in the Kanban board planner. The changes will happen as I push them through. If I've reassigned anybody, they're going to get general notifications as well. So we know we can look at our Kanban board planner, whichever way that it's been configured, whether it's with the tasks, whether it's with issues, whether it's with the portfolios and projects together. This is just publishing. Notice in the upper right you do have an option to have multiple Kanban boards here as well as here within this Kanban I chose to have it filter for Assign To. So maybe I just want to look at those items that Marianne and Cater assigned, and I could filter out by individual resource or multiple resource as well. So lots of flexibility in using the online Kanban board planner. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration today and agree that the Kanban board planner is easy to use. You can now see how it can help you control and visually monitor items like tasks, backlogs, issues, projects, portfolios, and more. Before wrapping up, I would like to announce that EPM Live is hosting our second user conference called Impact 2015. The user conference is headed to Disney. Impact 2015 will be held April 27th through the 30th at the Disney Yacht and Beach Club in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. We are pleased to announce the Upland Educational Boot Camps will be offered in addition to the general conference. The dates for the boot camps are April 27th through the 30th, and the user conference dates are April 28th through the 30th. In addition to benefiting from all the great content and networking opportunities, you'll enjoy an unforgettable meeting venue. Disney Yacht and Beach Club offers a special experience for every traveler, and as an Upland user attendee, you'll be able to purchase specially discounted one-day and multiple-day Disney park tickets. For more information, reach out to info@uplandsoftware.com. We'd also like to announce that we have 2 boot camps coming up. One is the Power User Train the Trainer boot camp, and another is the Site Collection Administrative boot camp. They're both offered at the same time this year, or this August. So if you don't want to wait till our user conference in April, you can attend one of these boot camps. And they're being held August 18th in sunny San Diego. The Power User Train the Trainer boot camp is running August 18th through the 21st, and it's designed for individuals who need a solid foundation and strong working knowledge of their Upland product from the perspective of various end-user roles like project manager, team member, resource manager, executive, and resource manager. This boot camp provides a deep dive experience primarily focused on the front end of the Upland product and will also include select admin features. It includes hands-on practical experience, best practices, use cases, and exercise to help you better understand all the various aspects and modules of the Upland product. The Power User Boot Camps and the SEA Boot Camps are multi-day destination-based events. And for more information on this boot camp and the Site Collection Administrator Boot Camp here in California, please reach out to training@uplandsoftware.com. I thank you for attending today's Technical Tuesday on the Kanban Board Planner and hope to see you again in the future at another Technical Tuesday. Have a wonderful afternoon. Back to you.